Hey art groupies, I want to show you a fun project we're going to do today, making some bunny rabbits, watery bunny rabbits. And this one's pretty easy and fun. I think you're going to have a lot of success with it because it doesn't take a long time, and you probably have something for sure at home that you can do this with. You need white paper of any kind. This is drawing paper that I had, but you could use, if you only had white copy paper, you could use that too. You need a pencil, a Sharpie, and some watercolor markers. So like Mr. Sketch, a Crayola, a Prang, or any kind of watercolor marker. And actually washable watercolor markers work really well for this. I'm going to try some of these koi markers that I had. I've not really done anything with them before. But this one was done with the Mr. Sketch markers. So not too bad. I liked it. I'm going to actually try today to do this on a piece of watercolor paper that's just a scrap that I have. You can, like I said, use any paper, but a lot of times if I have a nice piece of paper laying around, I like to try something on there and see how it goes. So the drawing portion of this is pretty easy. You want to make sure that you start very low on the paper. So I'm going to start all the way down here to make a really wide Y like this with a little, it's a mouth, so a little bit of a mouth there. Then I'm going to draw the eyes, and when I start the eyes, the eyes should definitely be lower than halfway on the paper. So I'm going to put my first eye someplace over here, but definitely higher than this here, than the Y. Kind of space them out. And then from there, I'm going to make a line. It's kind of the top of his head here. And then I'm going to kind of go in and around and down for the head, starting at the bottom corner here. So I'm going to go kind of in and then around and make some nice bunny cheeks and down. Same thing here, kind of in and around, down like this. Some nice bunny cheeks. So look at all this space I have now for nice big bunny ears. I'm going to give this guy some good bunny ears. So I'm going to go way up, all the way to the top of my paper. Don't waste paper. Go all the way up there. He's got some huge ears. And you might want to make a bent ear. If you want to, you could do the same. I'm going to make the bent ear. So I'm going to go all the way up to halfway. I'm going to kind of bend him over and make that bottom part of the ear and bend it and touch it right to the side there. And then I'm going to bring this one back down here like that. Probably not as sharp there. So I'm going to just curve that a little bit, make it a little softer. And then I'm just going to add some shoulders to him to make him look like he's got a whole body there. So that's real simple drawing there. Now I'm going to take my Sharpie, and you actually do not do much with the Sharpie. You only do eyes and some whiskers. So the first thing I'm going to do in the eye is draw actually a pretty big circle to preserve a tiny little spot of white right there. And then I'm going to go all the way around here, and then I'm going to color in the rest. And I should say that this project is not my idea. This comes from a good friend of mine who's an art teacher in New York, and I have been following her for a while, and I always love everything she does. And this is her project, Mrs. Chambers in New York. So anyway, now I'm going to add some whiskers, kind of non-perfect lines for whiskers, and that's it with the Sharpie. So I put the Sharpie back. Now I'm going to take my watercolor markers, any kind, like I said, and I'm just going to start adding a little bit of color on just the line, wherever. And I'm kind of going to add a little extra all around here. Let's see here. Oh boy, Rondo spotted somebody. I don't know if you can hear him. He's growling at the front window. But anyway, I'm going to, definitely the pink. I'm going to add some pink in there. I'm going to definitely add some pink down here too. Good boy. He loves to bark at people. He's right now jealous that he's not out for a walk. I'm sure it's another dog out for a walk. But he'll get his turn. Sounds like such a tough guy, but he is a softie. So getting this all filled in, like I really like it with all different colors. I noticed my friend, maybe I'll post a few pictures of her students' work too, but some of her students used a lot of brown because, you know, rabbits, of course, bunnies can be brown. So I like a little dark color with a little bit of light. I might even add a little bit of brown on mine. Oops, I got a fuzz on there. All right. Let's see, I'm going to do a little more light color up here, I think. And that looks pretty good. I'm going to just put a little bit around the eye here. And now is the fun part. I'm going to take my paintbrush and water. And I'm going to start first with my pinks. And I'm just going to get his nose all wet. And you're going to use a lot of water for this. So make sure your brush feels like it's just gliding over the paper and it's not getting stuck on it because it's too dry. And you really want nice watery lines and just let that all blend. It'll kind of do everything on its own. You just kind of let it get wet. Mr. Sketch didn't work as well. These are really bleeding out nice. I love this. So if you have Mr. Sketch, it might be a little tougher. I did feel like the Mr. Sketch, like the purple and the turquoise worked really well. The pink, not as much as I wanted it to. But also my set might be a little dry too. That makes it, like if you have markers that are a little on the dry side, that could be a little tricky for you on this one. But if you have watercolor pencils, that would work. If you have chalk pastels, do the same effect. You don't have to color anything in. You just go around the edges and pull things out into the middle. And it's kind of like the bunny ends up being fairly white because the water will dry and it won't pull a ton of color. It's just subtle, but it's kind of a neat effect. This is something that reminds me of like a real watercolorist artist might do. Kind of enjoying the white paper. So I might just go around his eye a little bit here. But I thought you'd like this one because I'm seeing some bunnies out. Not a bunch. I'm sure they're all in nesting, but bunnies start coming out in spring as all little creatures are, and birds and everything. Maybe we'll do a bird next because I'm hearing the birds today. All right, that's about it. If you think of a good way to finish this in the background too, you can do something in the background. I might work on that later today and post some pictures. But I hope you like this one. Just a fun, fast, kind of watery bunny. And I have a feeling I'm going to be making more of these. So I hope you guys enjoy. Have a good day.